All right, guys, we're right back at it. Not gonna lie, I've been feeling a little more tired tonight. So I might play for a little while, and then we might even, yo, what up, Prince? Dude, so I might play some KOTOR for a little while, and then I might even at some point just toss an edible in and switch over to some Battlefront 2. But I do want to go ahead and try to progress a little bit in KOTOR. But dude, I'm hyped because I haven't played. I figured I'd just switch over to Battlefront 2 just for a little bit to kind of end the night. That and Battlefront 2, what that allows me to do sometimes is it allows me to shut my brain off just a little bit. KOTOR, I gotta stay sharp and stay focused with all the dialogue. And even then, I'm not always on point with that, but dude, that's gonna be my plan. You know, I'm gonna said, what's your class and loadout in Battlefront 2? I usually run heavy. I just run the heavy class. That's what I do like majority of the time. Also, I realize my chat's out of alignment here. There we go. I might even like pull that down a little. There we go. But yeah, dude. I'm usually running heavy. I think in base game, my heavy class is like probably level 200 and something. I think I had Palpatine like close to level 200. To specialist yourself, especially with disruptor rounds. Gotcha. Dude, are those are you talking about like the ion shots? I think that's what it shoots out at times is with there's one weapon I run that I'll run with my specialist class, and my guy will shoot like, yeah, these high powered rounds, and I love it. Like it, dude, it wrecks any enemies that are using shields. It destroys them. Like it will wipe out shields of any sort, and I love using that if I'm ever running specialist. But yeah, no, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of hop on over. We're gonna get some KOTOR in, and then Prince, have you played Battlefront 2 Kyber? It's like a whole mod menu with like legit online servers and everything. I don't know if you've ever done Battlefront 2 Kyber. If you haven't, dude, I got some cool stuff to show you later on tonight. We can play with like new heroes that people have said. Ion is close, gotcha. Think of it as an EMP bullet. Yeah, you have it. Bet, dude. I will show that later tonight, man. That's gonna be dope. Just to give you an idea, like you can play with people like Hit Fisto, Mace Windu. You can run with a Darth Jar Jar Binks, which it's basically Palpatine, but looks like Jar Jar Binks. Dude, there's honestly so many. They brought in characters from Star Wars: The Clone Wars, like the animated series, so you can play as Ventress. They brought in Count Kestis. They brought in the Night Sisters. Like, dude, so much, man. It's a game over with Darth Jar Jar. Oh, for sure, man. He's OP. But yeah, dude, I cannot wait to show you some of that stuff. Like, that's really cool. And I figured, you know, switching over to some Battlefront 2 will be able to kind of turn my brain off a little bit and just kind of chill. It sounds extremely diverse. Oh yeah, dude, there's a mod called Battlefront Expanded, and I think they add in over 50 new heroes that you can run as. Like it's incredible. Now, I think Battlefront Expanded, I don't think it's quite as like well-rounded, not quite as optimized. Like there's probably a lot more bugs and stuff with it. Then there's, I think there was another mod I would run with my buddies, which I didn't prefer it because it didn't have all the options with all the heroes. But yeah, god damn, makes me want to switch to the Series X for a PC. Dude, I'll show you. I'll show you later on, dude. It's so sick. I love it. It legit feels like I'm just playing Battlefront 3. Like, if Battlefront 3 was a game that was out right now, literally Battlefront 2, Kyber mods, Battlefront expanded, like that's what it would feel like. But dude, yeah. But we're gonna start off with a little bit of KOTOR, and then we will switch over to a little bit of Battlefront 2 Kyber. What up, Dalton? Said, hey, sorry, I'm late. I didn't not even Discord notified you this time. Gotcha. All good, dude. All good, man. Community development version of, yeah, that's basically what it is, Prince. That's basically what it is, man. Battlefront Kyber? You never heard of it, Dalton? You never heard of it? Hold up, wait a minute. Let me I was gonna pull up Google. Kyber, what is it? Battlefront expanded. Here we go. I'm gonna look it up real quick and I'll show you guys. It's like it's on Nexus mods on PC. Like that's what I love about PC, guys. You can run mods on just about anything. Oh yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you guys some images here. Let me pull up my my window capture. We'll get the tunes rolling as well. Dude, this is sick. I can't wait to show you guys though. Like, oh, this is so cool. Boom. Let me just pull this. I'm gonna blow this up real big here so you guys can see. The beacons, a Gondor lit. Bro, thank you so much for the sharing the live, Dalton. Let's go, man. Yeah, but like here you have I think it's like pre-Vizsla and I mean obviously your Din Djarin. You can run as Galen Merrick. You can run as Darth Maul's brother, Savage Opress, is that his name? They have different troopers you can run as well. Yeah, Prince, Starkiller. They got Starkiller, bro. It's sick. It's really sick, man. Here are 2 new troopers as well. Like all of these, I think all of these pictures you're about to see, these are all new characters within this mod. It's nuts, bro. It's crazy. This is our character from I forget his name, but he's from Jedi Survivor. He's like the enemy in Jedi Survivor. I forget his name, but he's literally a one-armed dude. He's like the main villain against Cal Kestis in Jedi Survivor. But anyways, and their trooper, there's Plo Koon. There's the infamous Starkiller armor right there. I'm sure you guys are wanting to see that. Like that's dope right there, man. Look at that, bro. He's got the whole fit and everything. All right, Kit Fisto. You could literally take his shirt off. It's nuts. Let's see, Din Djarin, there he is. What's his name? Is it Al Mundi? Is that his name? He's got the cone head. Prince, thank you so much for the like on the live, man. Much appreciated. And then there looks like they're showing Galen Merrick again. It's funny, they got 3 versions of Galen Merrick, right? There's Galen Merrick, and then there's like, they call him like Subject like 115 or something like that, right? Which is essentially a failed clone attempt. Sakai Adimundi. Yeah. And then there's the actual Star Killer version, which is cool. Like, they have 3 different versions of them. And they also have all new appearances for a lot of people, which is really cool. There's Cal Kestis. You can be Qui-Gon Jinn. I don't know who this dude is, I'm gonna be honest. Unless it's like a Sith sister. A Night sister, I don't know. But like, this is the mod. You can be Ahsoka. You can be Ventress. That's Ventress right here. Obviously Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, that's part of base game. Cal Kestis, one of the Night Sisters here. So like, dude, it is so cool. Looked like Revit. Oh, it might have been. Hey, you can be Darth Plagueis as well. He's pretty cool, dude. He's got like a giant staff, and then like the last like quarter of the staff towards the top is a lightsaber. But dude, they've done some really cool things with within the modding community. But yeah, I'm probably gonna play just a little bit of KOTOR, just try to progress at least a little bit, and then we'll probably hop into some Battlefront 2 gameplay. To the lightsaber pike. Yes, Prince. You think the temple guards use the same weapons but yellow? Gotcha. Dude, hell yeah. But yeah. I don't really know where I'm at in KOTOR. I think we have one temple to go through, and then we're done with like all the temples there. Over on Korriban. But I figured, yeah, we'll at least get like one quest done, get some rewards, maybe maybe level up our character, just try to progress something, and then we'll hop over to it. Yeah, Prince. I think it was locked, but I want to say the door I could just bash down or break down, and I didn't realize that before. So I think we can really just march right in there. It's gonna be short but intense. Bet. That's actually perfect, dude. That's like, oh yeah, that's true. That's true. After we finish that temple, go talk to him, and then I'm sure we'll obtain something, or I know we're for sure gonna complete like a quest or something along the way doing that. All right, we're gonna. You guys are seeing me do this on this camera now, but yeah, I gotta reach over to change my input every time, which is silly, but dude, I need to see if I can get a remote for this dang thing. Said Uthar first. He's the one to open it for you. Final test. Oh, okay. Bet. We'll do that, Prince. Let me go ahead and get everything kind of switched over.
All Republic forces, pull back!
It is too late to retreat, Admiral. There is no escape for us.
Dude, honestly, that little loading screen's pretty epic. I mean, I need to watch through the entire loading screen one of these times. Next, we went through the tomb of Ajunta Paul. 32 hours and 42 minutes. Let's do it. Alright, dude. So we gotta run. Well, we're gonna probably fast travel back. Okay, Prince. No, never mind. At first I was thinking, hey, I'll fast travel back to the ship, but we gotta go to the academy regardless, so it doesn't really, in my opinion, I don't think it matters where I go, whether I run all the way back from where I'm at, which I'll probably just go ahead and do. We found all companions yet? Oh, I think so. I think I have. I know I can just take a quick look. Yep. Unless there's some secret companion that I can unlock. I mean, I'm assuming this is all of them. So we got Bastila, we got Candris, Karth, Jahani, Jolie, HK47. We got Mission, we got T3M4, and we got Zalbar. Got them all, bet. So the HK is your personal favorite, bet. I'm gonna be honest. I won't be getting to it for a long while, but the day I get to the day I eventually start grinding out the Force Unleashed, those are gonna be some crazy fun days. Those Force Unleashed games I played so much as a kid. Like, I tried to grind out every lightsaber color. I tried to grind out achievements. I love the game so much. So I know when I pull those games back up here in probably what will be like a couple months. So you hate that the second was so short. Dude, yeah. And what's crazy, Prince, is like the first one, they released like a special edition, which was like I think it was called the Ultimate Sith Edition. They included DLC. Like, there was a lot more content around the first game. And in the second game, they just basically half-assed it. Like, they didn't really release much for DLC or extra content with the game. Like, it was dumb. It still had a pretty good story to it and everything that was happening. I really wish they would have had more, I wish they would have included more content with the game. Like, those games were an absolute blast, though. Like, I always kind of loved more of those hack and slash games that focused more on, like, your combos. And you just run around and just fucking wreck shit. Like, you just always felt powerful, man. Play a game like Jedi Survivor or Jedi Fallen Order, and like the playing field starts to feel kind of even. You're like, oh, I gotta play smart now. So you like Crimson Desert thing, gotcha. Dude, that game looks pretty sweet, I'm not gonna lie. The amount of stuff that you can just physically do in the game is cool. Alright. I don't know if I think I did just save. Yeah, I'll just save again.
Greetings, young one. I have found you to be most impressive. You are off to an excellent beginning.
Oh, do we have to run through all of these dialogue lines? I'm assuming, like, we're gonna tell them all of this. Holy shit, dude. We've done so much. Dude, there's so many dialogue lines to go through, too.
Ah, finally, the genuine sword. I knew that this relic would be unearthed in time. I can feel the power flowing through it. Well done. You have impressed me greatly. Go now. You have done well, but you have not impressed me enough to declare you the victor. I have matters to attend to.
Okay.
Yes, so I hear. I've had reports from some students that ventured into the tomb after you left and found the parts. Well done. I am impressed. You have rid us of a potential nuisance. Go now. You have done well, but you have not impressed me enough to declare you the victor. I have matters to attend to. Oh? Let me see. It appears my old
It's
master
funny
was
how
busy
we-
studying the writings in one of the tombs.
We got all this
How
stuff just
interesting.
completed, now we're just
I
rattling
do
down
hope you had
these
to pry
dialogue
this from
lines.
his dead fingers. Regardless, you have impressed me with your worthy act. Go now. You have done well, but you have not impressed me enough to declare you the victor.
Still haven't been
I have
impressed.
matters to attend to.
Man, we got all this stuff completed, and he's just not impressed by any of it, bro.
Ah, the ones I ordered executed for their mutiny. It's done then.
I guess we gotta lie. It doesn't really matter what we do. I think we have to lie. Bro, I don't even know. Does it really matter which lie we tell? So you have no dark side points, so gotcha.
Indeed. We checked the caves and found only a couple of bodies. Perhaps the Chirac ate them. It is just as good, I suppose. The lesson is learned,
Just
I
as
believe.
good, I
You have
suppose.
impressed me
He doesn't
enough,
really give a
by my
shit, does he?
estimation, to become a Sith in full.
We're up next level.
Congratulations,
Welcome back,
young
man.
one.
Welcome back to the
You
stream.
have bested the others quite completely. You have but one final test which you must take, and this requires us to travel to the tomb of Nagasato in the Valley of the Dark
We're about to go
Lords.
to
I would
Nagasato.
advise you to be rested and equipped before we leave. Return to your quarters now and seek me out in the morning. When you return, make
Bet.
sure that you have all you will
Bet.
need,
Here we go,
for you will
Prince.
face
Here
your
we
test
go.
alone. Go, and may the Force serve you well.
So just a heads up, game audio overpowers yours during dialogue and combat. Okay, bet. I appreciate that. I can always bump that down a smidge. I've also got a pair of headphones I can always grab. So it's a thing. I might actually test my audio. Let me do that. I'm gonna grab a pair of wireless headphones real quick, and then I'll wear those for a little bit. Alright, we're good to go. Got my beats on. Okay. And I'll just run that on playback for a little bit, and I can make any sort of like audio tweaks for this. Alright, let's do I need to go to sleep? Yeah, I guess it kinda just stuck here. Oh, get rid of that gum too. Here we go. What's she saying? What's she saying?
What are you doing
What are you
here?
doing here?
Go back
the
to
car.
Uthar and tell him you are ready to take your final
Let that hand go. Let me heal. Hey. Dude, that is kind of loud. That is kind of loud, bro. Oh, shit. Well, we can turn up our, I get... Yeah. I know what you're saying about the noise. Oh my gosh. Holy shit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna play with that as we go. All right. I'm just gonna go back to him. Bump my volume down just a smidge. I'm always playing with audio levels too. This is the way. Yes, Prince.
So then,
This is the
I
way.
take it you are ready
See
to
what he
travel
says.
to the tomb of Nagasado. Your final test should not be delayed. Then we go now.
Dude, this is dope. All right. I was gonna say, this might be the way with the headphones, because now they're wireless. All right, let's do this, man. Probably should save at the door, bet.
Very well. We are now ready for your final test.
Dude, you know what I'm not wearing right now?
You have
I'm
earned
not
the
wearing my
right to
lucky
see if you
necklace,
shall become one of
guys.
us.
I
Indeed
gotta
you
wear this
have.
thing.
I dislike your tone, Euthura. What are you up to now?
Nothing, of course, my master.
Yo, what
I
up,
was
Gary?
merely
He said the
agreeing with
flood
you.
from
Did
Halo
you
was
not
gonna
get on
show
with
up.
the test?
That's what it
Yes.
feels like, bro.
Yes, of course.
It feels
We are
like
in
I'm
the
playing the
secret tomb of
library again
Nagasado.
on Halo
The one
1.
discovered by Darth Malik and Darth Revan years ago.
That's like
You are
kind
to
of
follow
vibes
in their
it's giving
footsteps
off, man.
and reach the ancient star map that lies deep within. There you will find a lightsaber, amongst other things.
All right.
The lightsaber is for you, your initiation present. Return to us once you have it. For you, the test does not end there.
Be very cautious here. This tomb is like the others in this valley, and many of its old defenses remain active.
Do you understand what I have told you? Are you ready to begin? Good. Euthura and I
Bet.
will await your return.
Dude, let's go. Gary, that's a game I'll be getting to. That's a universe of games I want to grind out at some point in time. Like, there's a lot of Halo games, and there's a lot of story and Halo lore to cover with all of that, and I cannot wait to get to it, man. Definitely gotta save. Oh, here we go. Oh, we're alone too. We're by ourselves. We don't have help. He said Halo's awesome. Probably Star Wars and Halo in your top 5. Oh, dude. For sure, man. Halo's for sure up there. For me, it's like Lord of the Rings is number 1. Star Wars is number 2. And then I don't know after that. But Halo is for sure up there. Alright, let's do this. What is that? What? Look up the Vong if you want to taste of both worlds. Gotcha, Prince. Dude, what are these things? What in the world? Night speed. Give me the night speed. Dude. Oh, it's charging. Concussion. Concussion. Go get him. Go get him. He's stunned. He's stunned. That move, that heat wave move. Oh my gosh. That thing's sick. He said same creatures.
Joe Dirt
walking
116
around the
cheered
desert
30
and tattooing.
bits.
Gotcha. Yo, Joe Dirt cheering 30 bits. Let's go, Joe. Oh my gosh. Dude's going crazy. The night speed always gives you nice attack, by the way. Gotcha, Prince. We'll run it. We'll run it. There we go. There we go. Ah, dude. Oh, we're stacking up. We're gonna stack up these crits. Come on now. Come on now. Ooh, those guys were, they really weren't even that bad to take out. I'm not gonna lie. Which way is... We have 3 different paths to take. What's in here? Oh, what do we got going? You have chosen the puzzle path? Oh, that sounds horrible. There are 3 pillars that have electric readouts showing the energy levels of 4 systems. The controls show that these systems can be transferred to other pillars. Caution, some of the systems are very delicate and improper transfer of power can cause an electrical overload. In order to unseal the chamber, all the following 4 systems must be transferred to the right pillar. Dude, what? I'm skimming through this now. A large system may be transferred to a blank pillar with no systems active in it, or it will cause an overload. Alright. So you gotta build from the bottom up without having one from below transferred to one that has one above. Dude, I don't know. So blue need an empty, but you can only pick the top layer. Shit. So what I have no idea. I'm gonna figure it out as I go. Whew. Alright, you said it's complicated but worthwhile. Okay, so active systems. Left pillar, base system, mid upper system. Can I just go move a system from the left pillar? Also, save. You get 1 fail, the second one kills you, gotcha. I think I saved like right before heading down here. I don't remember. I think I saved right before coming in to everything. Like if we gotta fight those creatures again and then save after that, we will, but... Oh, yeah. Here we go. Oh, that function is unavailable at this time. There we go. There we go. We got it. We got it, Prince. We're gonna do this. That's the smart thing to do. And then get right back into it. Left to far right. That's what I was gonna do. Cancel this action. I don't know what I picked. Okay, move a system from the left pillar. Yes. And then, yeah, dude. Hold up on that second part. You think middle to right? Gary's saying. Alright. middle pillar going to the right pillar. All right, right pillar. Okay. All right, now what can we do here? Do we run left pillar to like wait, I don't even know what the goal is. Are we just trying to spread this out across each pillar or shift everything to just a completely different pillar? Like I don't really know what the end goal is, but transfer from left to right. Oh, straight right, all the way. Ah. Without overlapping the power cycles. So do I have to transfer to the middle, transfer to the right? Left to mid now. Is that how you have to do it? You just go left pillar to middle pillar to right pillar until you get everything transferred over to the far right? Ooh. Gotcha. Not quite. Right to mid? Right to mid? Okay. So we'll move the right one to the middle? Oh, and then you're saying left to right? Okay, so we're gonna transfer those over to the far right. Left pillar. All right. Now what do we do? What? Or do we need to go right to middle? No. You said mid to left? That sounds crazy. Okay, we'll go middle pillar to left pillar? Dude, that's crazy. That is crazy. I would have looked this up in like a matter of 5 minutes after failing this like once or twice. Oh man. Dude, yeah. See, Gary said it's wrong. We'll find out. I can always redo it. You're saying mid to right, bet, Prince? And then I'll go KOTOR. Dude, there's literally 15 steps on Google to this damn thing. That's crazy. It said, then left to right and left to middle. Okay. Oh man. Okay, middle pillar. Oh, is it just middle to right? Said nope. Oh shit. Where are we at now? We've done. We did left system. We moved to the right pillar. Then we moved to the middle. Do we have to layers can't have an active layer above it when they move? Gotcha. Or do I need to move everything to the middle? Middle's the base system. We've got to get on the base system, right? Right to middle. We went... Then you're saying right to left? And then... Middle pillar, right pillar, left pillar. Dude, I am so lost in this thing. Middle to left. Middle pillar. Left pillar. Dude, it's crazy. Like, I don't even know what's going on at this point, to be honest. Alright. And right? You're saying right to middle? Oh, yeah. Because then you're stacking it from the bottom up, right? Like we have our bottom piece on the base system, and now we're moving the piece on the circuit or whatever you want to call it on the right side. That's literally the next piece going up from the bottom. Okay. Right pillar, middle, and so we're gonna basically just pull from our left pillar now to the middle. You said, but base is far right. Okay. Okay. So move a system from the left pillar to the middle, right? Yo, what up, Sand? Welcome back to the stream, dude. Hell yeah. Left to far right. Which one? So does it always move the top? Whatever's like the whatever is going on the very top section. Like, does it move top to bottom? Is that how it moves? Okay. So now I can go left pillar to the middle pillar, right? And then right pillar to the middle. Move the system from the left pillar. I go middle. And then I can go... Then I can move the system from the right pillar to the middle. Is that what I need? Is it? Oh, do I need to stack them all in one? All on the base system? Am I crazy? Like, I still just don't understand what the end goal is. What I'm trying to get to. Let's see. I'm just gonna have to look this one up. You said yes, all on the right pillar. That sucks. I thought I was having to get them all in the middle. So I have to literally bounce back and forth, rearrange them all a shit ton of times until I have them all on the right pillar. Like, okay, this is gonna be... On Google, they were just showing me 15 steps. All I had to do was do 15 steps and I was done. And I'd be done. That's crazy. Okay. In the middle of the right. And then is it just to middle to right, then left to right? Oh, you said never mind. I'm not even... I don't even remember how to overload a system at this point. I've just been on this screen for so long. I will say I won't be on KOTOR too much longer though. So if we end up hard stuck on this is just like what we end on. But yeah, I literally have... I'm just gonna look up the video. That's where I'm at. I'm just gonna watch this dude. Ring 4 can only move to blank pillars. Okay. I need this dude to just give me another step. You're saying left or right. Like, I can't remember what overloads the system. Like, why can't we just move everything from the middle to the right in order, you know? Saying you said you did this task random. Can I just start moving all my stuff on the middle over to the right? It will overload if you do. Okay. How about I save? How about I save from right here? This is the way we always save. Oh, Sand. So you joined a little bit later, tonight, probably here before long. I'll probably toss in an edible, and then I will shift over and play a little bit of Battlefront 2 Kyber, which is super dope. It includes like 50 plus heroes, like 50 additional heroes, man. App coming through with a like on live, dude, much appreciated. Let's go. Welcome back to the stream, man. Hell yeah. We're gonna blink. Oh, Dalton, we're gonna blink when I switch to Battlefront 2. We're gonna blink, man. Well, I don't know. The edible's gonna slap enough. It depends on how I'm feeling when it is. Also, Prince, were you saying you're gonna blink now? Bet, Dalton? Bet? So can I go middle to the left? No, I can't. I don't think I can actually. Prince, you're saying left to middle? Dalton's counting down. There we go. Left to middle. Ooh, Sand, you're stalking me. Let's go. Let's go. Can I? Do I need to shift everything from the right pillar over to the left? I couldn't remember if on the bottom section I had to have everything cleared. Then right to middle, right to left. Okay. Okay. Right pillar. Middle. Right pillar, left pillar. Y'all, here we go. Wait, you're saying, oh, are you saying, Sand, you were Paxton? Alright, and then let's see here. I could probably move what? Middle to the left? Sand? Oh, you're saying left to right? Nope, failed. That's fine. I can just load my save. I'm just gonna load my save back. Yeah, I gotta get the to the left side. The yellow to the left side. Got you. I'll just load back up, dude. Like this is kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie. There we go. We're good. Yeah, saying that's why we save. That's why we save. Oh, Prince, you're saying the loot is interesting. Ooh. Well, we get a lightsaber, right? I mean, we for sure get a lightsaber. Or maybe it's just like an upgrade for the lightsaber. I don't know. There's a crystal. Alright, back to this. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I keep skipping through all this stuff. Instead of reading it over, I just I keep coming to the same point where I'm like, okay,
One does
what
not
overloads
simply
again? But
ignore the like
I'm
button.
like to the point I don't even know if I right. You said right to middle, then right to left. Right to middle, right to left. Wait, what? Right to middle, then right to okay. We're gonna move one on the one and then the other on the other. Yo, thank you so much for the likes coming through over on the stream there. App's going. I know App's going crazy, bro. I know he's going crazy. I see those likes just going ham. All right, so right to middle, right to left. Middle, right to left. Now, dude, can we now transfer the middle to the left and then we have that bottom one we transfer over to the right? Middle to left? Yes, okay. See, now we're basically sitting pretty good because now we have that bottom section moved. Middle to the right. Now, can I just transfer one by one from the left pillar to the right? No, that's not what I wanted. Shoot. Oh, do I need to go left, middle? Okay, so now I need to go middle, right? Middle. Oh, you gotta literally go through this whole process every single time to get one transferred to the far right because it. I think I know. I think I might know. I think I have an idea on what I need to do now. Before I do anything, I'm gonna save from right here because I think I'm onto something right here. Sand, yeah, dude. You basically have to sort through and transfer from pillar to pillar until you get the one at the bottom, right? Then you gotta go through the same process for the next one up, and then all the way stacking it. Like you're constantly moving them around. I'm gonna save again. I don't even know if I saved. Dude, this is crazy. I can't wait to go back and edit this for a clip. Like, this is... I'm gonna put a timestamp on there so you guys, like, know how long this took me. Right to middle and left to right. Alright, bet. Yeah, because you're eventually gonna have to move that top piece on the right pillar. Right to mid. And then left to right. And then it becomes middle to left. Middle, yep, Prince. Dude, I was already on it. I just didn't say the process out loud, but that's exactly what I was thinking, man. Yo, App's saying 2K. Oh, we're over 2K likes right now. Going strong. App's going crazy. I know he is. Hell yeah. Much appreciated, dude. All right. So we're going to go mid to right. And then left to right. And to the right. Now we should be good. Let's go. It only took us a while. Whew. I'm actually happy to be right here. Am I gonna heal? There we go. Attack! Attack! Oh wait, no. Boom. We'll run that, and then we'll run our attacks. Whoop! What? I don't know what just happened, guys. There we go. I'm just gonna run my crits. We deal enough damage. He said deadly mind. Heal the attack. Let's go, guys. Hey, dude, we just sliced through both of them. No problem. We'll run our heal while we're here. All right. Don't mind me, guys. I'm gonna save a lot through here because after that puzzle piece, that was insane. App, I appreciate it coming through with 3K likes, dude. Oh my gosh. Did you start as a scoundrel? Oh, I have no idea, Prince. Dalton's coming through with more likes. Let's go. Poison blade. What, a Sith assault gun? That sounds kind of cool. Yeah, strength amplifier. Yeah, I have no idea on that, Prince. I didn't know you could start off as a scoundrel. Well, no. I went with it was like the warrior, the warrior. I think it's like a heavy warrior build or something that was higher in strength. Said you're a scout, gotcha. Or soldier. That's it, Prince. That's it. Yep, I'm a soldier. Yeah. It's just been such a long time since I created my guy that I kind of forgot, but yeah, because you had scout. What? So it's scout, soldier, and scoundrel. I definitely went with that soldier build. I know I did. I just assumed it would help me be a little more tanky, and I was wanting to run with lightsabers.
One does not simply ignore the like
also,
button.
I'm going to check the blade. Oh, poison damage. This is the poison blade. Damage physical 4 to 15. One on hit, poison, average damage, DC 25. Attack modifier. Hey, we got more likes coming through. Much appreciated, guys. Let's go. There's actually a lot going on. Oh, wait, no. There we go. That's kind of cool. You need one person on team that doesn't... I could give it to Candrace, bro. Take damage from force. You need one person on... Yeah, okay. Okay, Sand. Abs coming through with the 4K? Oh my god! Dude! That's a lot. So, App, I will say this, man. For some reason, my noties don't come through on whenever my likes total is like between 1,000 and 5,000, it won't come through. I think whenever we hit 10,000 likes, I think the notification comes through. I got something not working quite right, but just to give you an idea, if you want to see that come through, dude. So I think once we hit 10K, it'll pop up. You don't want speed for this part. Gotcha, Prince. The likes that rule them all. Yes, Danny, yes! Yes! That Lord of the Rings reference, I love it, man. I love it. I don't even know what happens here. Cutscene? Whatever strategy you have now will at some point will not work. Okay. I'm gonna have to figure something out, basically. We got 2 Rancors? Look for a lever in the corner, alright. Where am I gonna find a lever? Oh, towards them? Oh, it's gonna be over there. Here's what I can do. Oh, I think I might see it. I don't know for sure. Status, if you can, something that freezes them. I have force wave. Concussion grenade. Adhesive. Wow, we don't have adhesive. How do I take off my targeting? That's gonna ruin this for me if I can't figure that one out. I don't like how I'm locked onto them. I can't look around to see, like, get me off of the targeting. I can't see what's in front of me. There's no lever. How many Star Wars games do you have to play after this? I got a ton app. If I'm trying to go through like majority of the universe, dude, I don't know. I have yet to like take a look and see what's all out there. I can tell you right now, there's like it's probably gonna be like 7 or 8 just on the original Xbox. All right, bet, Danny. Reduced likelihood, still small chance. That nothing seems to be working. Nothing seems to be working, boys. We're gonna die. We're gonna die. I like how I immediately just start running around looking for a lever, and I just can't find any. Right in front of the lever. I can't see it. Like if we weren't locked onto the enemies, I could actually look around, but I can't. I'm stuck looking at them. Like I literally can't even get to a lever or anything. So now I can do my lightsabers like yours. Oh, B should disengage. Oh, thank you so much. That would have been so nice to have earlier. Holy cow. All right. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna take it. I don't really care. Yeah, I don't have any mines. I need to stun them both and then just start swinging. That's probably the most ideal scenario for me, is just stun and attack, stun and attack. Yeah, I guess I do have med packs. Oh, there's like actual mines down already there. Is that what you're saying? Might as well give next year a life to Star Wars games, right, Ab? My main goal is 6 months. I want to go 6 months for sure. That's what I did with Lord of the Rings before I started getting burned out on it. Stun, 4-speed, and crit should work. Okay. Okay. Oh, and Prince, you're saying yep in front of the door. Oof. I have not tried Golem. I went through a lot of Lord of the Rings games, but Golem was not one of them. The door that the lever unlocks. Oh. I didn't know what the lever was even for. I just knew I had to push it. 6K? Oh shit. Let's go, Ab. Yeah, dang. Oh my gosh, quit running. Why? Bro, why? Quit running. It's not fair. Quit moving, bro. Hey, we're gonna die again, boys. We're gonna die again. I'm currently just searching through my grenade types. I might just start chucking, boys. If we can get distance. Yo, favorite Star Wars character? Darth Plagueis, for sure. He's immune. Oh, he said wait till you finish the game. Ooh. Prince is saying he's partial to Bane. Darth Bane, didn't he start the rule 2 with this within the Sith? He did. Gotcha. Woo. You said you definitely got this? I'm almost dead. We are hurting, guys. We're hurting so bad. Oh, I'm dead. Run, boys. We're gonna run like our lives depend on this shit. 7K app, let's go, bro. Yeah. I don't think this is gonna work. Wait, we got heals. We got heals. Oh my god, we got heals, boys. Advanced med kit. We just gotta get space. What do you mean you can use them in inventory? Yo, guys, we got this, actually. Dude, I'm gonna die if I can't figure out a way to stun them. I'm dead. Well, I have an idea now on what I can do. Pause and open the inventory screen. Can use a single misc item in combat. I didn't know that. Bet. I appreciate that, Prince. I think I know what I can kind of do now to deal with that. So it's really just stun the shit out of them, get my attacks in at the beginning, and toss my grenades. I have a lot of plasma grenades I can toss. Yeah, Danny. Dude, I think I got it, man. I think I got this. Joe. Ooh. Oh, shit. I think that was just an older chat I was seeing. Alright. Hopefully that still is active. Concussions. Yes. 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 No, no. What? It literally went off of him. Oh my gosh. Lock onto him. It's just like I can't do what I'm trying to do in the moment. Actually, no. I want plasma. There we go. Concussion. The dark no side. All right. Actually, let's go into inventory. We'll do this move. Okay, bet. Now. Still didn't do shit. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. We just tossed it all the way down there. Oh, shit. I don't even know what to do at this point. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm not feeling too confident about this now. Ion. That's not gonna do anything. Oh, we're about to get shit on. Levers your safety. You can't enter the room. Thank God. Oh shit. Special fire grenade. Oh dude, that sounds kind of nasty. Okay. Special cold grenade. Got any more loot? Are they just giving us grenades to kill these things with? Request. Aw, that sucks. Just so we don't use up all of that. Ooh. But now it's target practice? Oh shit. Could I shoot him with a gun? Is that a thing? From in here? Dude, that's awesome. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You know we're about to do that. Ordos. That's 3 to 12. 3 to... I'm trying to see what the most powerful thing is that I've got. It's Ordos. His little gun. Payback is a bitch. The shots. Will it do damage? Oh, amp bites, if you're being honest. Alright, guys. We got target practice now. Let's go. Let's go. Dude. Let's get special weapons from. Oh, I don't think I actually can travel to Yavin on OG Xbox. I've been told. I can't remember if I just don't unlock it until later, or if I can't ever travel to it being on Xbox. You know how long this is gonna take? Oh, you said I can. Okay, bet. It was DLC. It was DLC. Okay. Grenades also help. I only have ion grenades left. That's all I have. Can I equip something for damage? Strength +2, cool. I wish I could do a lightsaber throw. I never got that ability yet. He doesn't spam force wave to stun them melee for, but that's true. Let me run, That's true. Okay. I'll take one guy out. I'm just gonna take the one out real quick. Believe he runs lots of force points. Gotcha. Honestly, if I can just keep doing this, I might just chill and try to do this for the long run. Oh, dude. Division plus force wave is peak. Ooh. Ooh. What happens when I toss an ion grenade? Oh, it does affect them. Let me hop on that, get those lightsabers back out. Oh no, he's like mid-move, there we go. Alright, let's get that lightsaber out now, deal some damage. Boom, let's get it. Let's get it. Come on. Got him. Hey. Guys, we did it. We did it. Yo. Okay, let's heal. Let's heal. Yo, all right. So we already went through there. You'd suggest saving before trying the grenades on the middle path. Gotcha. Yeah, I was just gonna make my way back to the main area and then save, and I think what I'm gonna do is pull up some Battlefront 2 and I can show off Battlefront 2 Kyber to you guys. Which I think we're kinda, are we here? Yeah. I'm gonna save and then we're gonna load up some Battlefront 2 for a little bit. And I'm gonna pop an edible and we're gonna be big chillin'. Dude, this is gonna be dope. This is gonna be so dope. I love showing off this mod, man. So cool. And I just run I run keyboard and mouse for this too, which is keyboard and mouse to me is so satisfying. There's something about it that I just love. Oh man. Alright, let's do this thing. And then I gotta move everything back over. Now with this mod menu, guys, we basically have to load ourselves into our own server. I'm probably just gonna run some co-op against AI and have fun with it. We can change how many people we have in the game or how many enemies we have in the game. We can make it a big mismatch, so we're always at a disadvantage, which is cool. Where I need to figure out. I have that selected right now. Okay, so that is my Elgato, my video capture device. Oh yeah, 100%. Okay, cool. I'm gonna load this up, guys. Boom. AK, App's going for it, man. He's going for that 10K. He's going nuts. Dude, I see you, man. I see you. All right, I'm gonna host new. Yeah, just a bunch of co-op attack. I'll show you guys this. It's like a whole menu that they got. I should have. Where's my window capture? I should have a window capture on here. I guess not. I could also pull this up real quick. Kyber launcher. I can show you guys the launcher. It's gonna look weird because it's ultra wide view, but I'll pop this up. So like we got different maps. We got our pre-selected like rotation of co-op. But yeah. We'll go ahead. I think I'm gonna keep everything that's kind of preset. We'll run max player 64. We're gonna go ahead and just start server, I think. My mods, I'm gonna run Battlefront Expanded. That's what I want. Alright, I'm gonna start this bad boy up. You wanna see the Jedis? Yes, Dalton, yes. Also, let's go. Kyle, you're saying that dashboard? Dude, it's pretty slick how these modders have set this stuff up. I'm popping an edible, by the way, guys. We're gonna Dalton, yes sir. All the way, man, all the way. This edible will be the equivalent of your blinker. Blink, let's go. Okay, so I'm launching the server. All right, here we go. All right, boys. Now we're gonna load up battle. This is oh, you guys can't see it. This is where I need switch this real quick. We got a new loading screen, guys. You don't see this when you load up Battlefront 2. Brand new loading screen, which is so sick. But then I'll basically have to switch between like this and server side to get teams set up, and then we'll be ready to go. Yeah, check it out. Yaddle! Who's this? Guys, who is this guy? Who is Yarl Poof? Ray. Padme. Amidala. Dude, there's so many. Shreve. You can be Shreve from Clone Wars. They got Commander Wolf, Poe Dameron. Oh my gosh, Crosshair. Crosshair from he's from Clone Wars. Okay, so let me go ahead. It said Mind Trick Specialized Jedi Master. Yo real poof, gotcha. Kuyan, yes sir. Okay. So I'm gonna set this up real quick. Shuffle teams. I'm gonna put on hard. We're gonna go. Let's check those teams now. Okay, so we're at a slight disadvantage of like 2 people. This is how I set it up. Just going through this. All right, guys. So specialist or heavy? I'll bounce between both those. Yeah, I like this NT 242. This gun is real nice with the specialist class. You said you wish Mace was in it? Dalton, he is. I could have swore he was, unless I just have to be on the right map. Look at this. This is Claude. He can't attack or anything, but he's worth 10,000. he's worth 10,000 like battle points.
Idly, we will show the galaxy that the Emperor's reach is finite, and that his troops can be defeated. Get ready.
Now, we should have game audio, but I'm gonna check around. Okay, so here's what I need to do. I need to add game audio. Oh wait, no we don't. Oh, we got it. Okay, we're good. We're good. I thought I had to add in audio. Let's do it, guys. Hey. So I'm def. Oh, we got capture. Okay. Wait, what? I got capture, but we're defending. Oh, maybe I know what I need to do, guys. I need to switch to the dark side. What? I gotta figure out how to switch myself over to the dark side. Okay, this will fix everything, cause like now we're actually going after and attacking. This is dope though. We got options here. We got Snoke, by the way. Let's do this. Let's get going, get some battle points. Also, the way this is set up, guys, a lot of the heroes are just really cheap. And you can literally just run through and spam a lot of these heroes and kind of play around with them. Man, we got... Dude, this is... Okay, this will be fun once we get a hero going. Oh!
I got you covered.
I think we set it up just on hard difficulty for right now. I've tried running this thing on night difficulty, which is a step above hard, and it is rough. Ah, we're dead. We should have some battle points though. Oh yeah. Got a Royal Guard, Imperial Commander. Oh, he looks crazy. Guys, we can run around as a mouse droid. Like, it's just insane the things you can do. They got Rick, the door technician from Jedi Survivor, or I think he's in Fallen Order. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna go straight for A. Is it Fallen Order? Yes, Prince knows. It's funny. It's so funny how he's just guarding a door and they treat him like he's some big bad boss, and you just put one swing into him and he's dead. Like, it's the funniest thing, bro. Come on, let me live. Yeah, there we go. Mow him down, bro. Mow him down. All right. Shit. Oh, we got grenades everywhere. Oh my God. Yo, we just got launched to the sky. Oh, that is Darth Revan. That is Darth. We gotta play as him. We gotta play as Revan. We got Darth Sion. Like, guys, I don't know who to run as right now. Oh my gosh, we can run as Darth Jar Jar. I'm gonna run as Darth Jar Jar. Darth Jar Jar, and then we're gonna run as we'll try to run as Revan next. Is it HK in the game? I wish. I don't think he is. Oh shit. I mean, it's basically just Jar Jar Binks, but it's just has the same powers as Sidious. Bro. Come on now. Oh, we got another ability. I don't know what our abilities are exactly. I haven't ran as him enough, but so you thought you saw his face. Oh yeah, you can kind of catch a glimpse. Come on, how is that turret still up? That's insane. Let's go, boys. We gotta hold down the fort. They're about to be coming after us, and there's gonna be so many of them. I don't think we will get this. We'll probably fail, I'll be honest. Let's go. Hey. Oh, let's get his ass. Come on. Let's go. We got more. Oh, we froze them. We froze them all in place. Oh, we got it. Guys, we got it. Oh, we got this turret, bro. Okay, there we go. Ooh, this is heated. This is intense. All right, here we go. Okay, so we got just A and B to cap. Oh, there's a lot of them down there. Let's go check B. Boba Fett? We got or is that Boba Fett? No, it's Bo-Katan. It's Bo-Katan. Aye. Yo, Darth Jar Jar can just freeze enemies within a radius. That's sick. I didn't know he could do that. Alright. We got Jawa. We just sent him flying, bro. Let's go. I kind of want to go ahead and just hit that respawn. I want to play as Revan right now and see how Revan runs. Cause like a lot of these characters I've never really checked out too closely. He's 6,000, so we'll get some quick battle points, and then we'll run as Revan next. I should have just built up the BP with Jar Jar, but oh well.
Push harder.
Yo, what is this place? I'm lost. There we go.
Clear for grenades. We don't have much time left. Double your efforts.
All right, there we go. There's so many. Damn. Did we get any BP? Oh, yeah. Damn, we need like 600 more BP. Oh, we're gonna fail though. Dang. We're in overtime right now. Well, we're gonna lose it. We lost it. No, we didn't.
Grenade out.
We got cooked. Oh my gosh. Yo, we got messed up right there.
I've suffered the heat and sand here, only to
But yeah, I'll probably run one more, guys, before I hop off for the night.
Regroup.
Kind of run through and just head on to the next map and see what we got for whether we run dark side or light side. I should be able to just start into the next game. If I just go start game.
This is our chance to avenge our fallen. Do not
There we go.
disappoint me.
That's actually not the class I want. I might run with a specialist class real quick.
To secure the area. Then we'll continue the assault.
Now, I'm gonna play through this. I'm gonna see about where we're at. Making sure we're on the right team and everything. We're capturing, which that's what I want. All right. I think we're sitting all right here. Yo, there you are. Two. Oh my God, there's so many, bro. I gotta run heavy. There's like way too many enemies. So do you run the same as specialist? Bet Prince? Dude, I love that thing. That gun is so nice. Dude, look at that. They're just swarming it.
Clear for grenade.
The Night Sister coming after me? The Night Sister witch, bro? Oh my god. No, get away from me. Get away. All right, we got to pull out the turret. Got one. Here's another. Come on, come on. Dude, we got the turret. Oh my gosh, here she is again. Get away from me, she can teleport. It's not fair. All right. All right, let's get that perfect reload. Start pushing these guys back.
Heads down, grenade out. Covering fire ready.
So many, bro. I don't know what to do. I basically made the teams too unfair to where I just get messed up, but it's still cool. I wanted to run. There's Darth Plagueis, but I'm gonna run. HK was not in the game before. They have HK. He wasn't in the game before. That's cool. It's brand new. That's part of an update. That's literally part of an update. They added him in. That's insane. Lord Vader. They have literally Anakin Skywalker with Sith eyes. Dude, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool as shit that they're still like adding characters. Oh my gosh. Dude. I died so fast. I don't even know what got me. The mobile sentry? I got like I got a few swings off and I was dead. Let's see what else I got in here. You can be Cad Bane, that's sick. I forgot about that. Dagon Garrett. Alright. Dude, I think I made the game way too difficult. I'm struggling to even get past the first objective.
Heavy gun powered up. We only have so much time to do this. Renew the attack. Already.
Bro, why are there so many? Like, where's all my teammates?
How can the rebels still resist us? Crush them at once before it's too late.
We got 5,000. I don't think we can really. Savage Oppress, can we get in there quick enough? Probably not.
Better than to cross my path again.
We're capturing A. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go, dude. Ah, we might get one objective captured. Oh, there's a bunch coming though. That we are not gonna hold it. We are done for. Do I have a chance? Come on, let's go. Dude, I'm holding it. I'm holding it. All right. He's in range. Yep. I love that move. We just like we basically just suspend them in the air and choke them. And like if we got a ton of enemies around them, we just pick them all up in the air. Oh man, we got a bunch coming again. Oh, we're done. There's no way. You said you have officially clicked your screen 10,000 times. Hey! Where's the notification? I'll still pull it up, app. I'll still pull it up if I die or whatever happens next. When we're done with this little overtime screen. There it is. There it is. I'm still gonna pull it up manually. I thought it was gonna go through the alerts. But there we go. I'm glad to have that up though. Let's go, app. Let's go. App, you're goated for that, man. You're goated for that. Look at app for points. I'm gonna run specialist. I'm gonna pick some off. We're gonna shoot from range. Ooh, there's another. Come on now. I'm just gonna run up on him. Oh, we failed. We missed. We suck. I want to run as Darth Scion. Dude looks crazy. If we get the chance. We'll probably fail here, but...
Heads down.
There we go. So you're gonna hop off TikTok for today. Sounds good, app. Dude, thank you so much once again for coming through. Dude, you did some work tonight with the likes. Oh shit, we got Calcastus. We're done. We are done. Run specialist again. There we go. Oh my gosh. Oh, he's gonna cook us all.
Stay down.
We'll be defeated here unless we secure the area now. Rebel reinforcements are incoming.
Oh, hey, we got him, guys. We got him with that grenade. Oh my goodness, we shocked him.
Running sensor interference.
Ah, we're done.
Not only did you fail to rout the rebels here on Yavin, you have also failed your fallen comrades. Despicable.
Dude, yeah, that's dope though. I really wanted to show you guys some of that because that is so cool. I need to run some like Battlefront on the weekends with my buddies, and whenever we're all running together and playing this, and we'll make it like real difficult, and we'll just grind out some of that co-op. This is what happens when you just like go to close out of it. It acts a little weird, but so don't make me cry. Sad, you already know what time it is. Gotta wind down for the night, man. It's 9:30. I'm gonna be up early in the morning. What is this? Special Forces Reduced BP event? Deploy the galaxy's most skilled reinforcements for less battle points. Ooh, I want to show you this. We have... This is our full character screen right here. Check this out. I want to show you this. I do want to show you some of this. Like, you can go through. It's so cool to go through, look at appearances. What species is he, man? Why does he have a big ass head? Ooh, ooh, this is so dope, dude. He's got emotes? I think it's the same as like Darth Vader. It's a banking clan species. Interesting. Oh. Oh. What else we got here? CB23. I don't know who this is or what that is. What's he from? There's Ahsoka. Who else we got here? Coleman Trebor. This dude looks terrifying. Here's our Darth Jar Jar. Does he have any other appearances? No, he doesn't. And that's the cool thing, guys. Like, they have so many different appearances. Here's Mace Windu, by the way. Someone was talking about him earlier. I'm trying to think. So here's our Star Killer, right? Then they have Subject 1138, which I believe... I don't remember who Subject 1138 was. Oh, dude, we got Tarkin. We got Supreme Snoke. Is it Darth Windu or... Dude, that's cool. Okay. Darth Jar Jar. Dude, Sand, he's so cool. He's so cool, man. I like how, look at his description. Darth Jar Jar acted as the fool and as someone who could be easily manipulated, while in turn manipulated Palpatine and other figures in the Republic to start the Clone Wars. Dude, I like even the description for him. I love. Oh man, Scion. Rather than die. Dude, this is cool. Scion found that by calling on his pain, anger, and hatred, he could rise from certain death and achieve immortality at the cost of all-consuming agony, with a body fractured and decomposing, held together only by the dark side of the Force. He survived the Great Sith War. This dude is cool as shit. You fight him in KOTOR 2, by the way. Gotcha, Prince? That's sick, man. I love that, dude. Dude. I want to read on Revan. They need to add in Malik. That's what they're missing. Oh my. Okay, so when Revan defeated Mandalore the Ultimate at the Battle of Malachor in 3960 BB, Revan and his friend Alec, by then known as Malik, followed the trail of a mysterious Sith influence on the Mandalorian Wars to the Unknown Regions, where the two discovered a reconstituted Sith Empire and were turned to the dark side of the Force by the Sith Emperor. Yeah, I read it already, Sand. But dude, that's like really cool. That's really cool stuff. Oh my gosh. I love that, man. I love that. That's cool as shit. Dude, that's still... Oh, Prince, you're saying the book is better. Dude. What book, Prince? What book? I gotta get this book at some point, man. I gotta get this book. What book do I need to get that covers that? Here's something cool. I want to show you guys. We got new appearances for Maul. We got Phantom Overlord, Old Master with the robotic legs. Simply called just Revan, but play the game first. Gotcha. Yeah, no, I will. That's cool as shit. I don't like how I can't see Yarrow Poof's head. But like, I don't even know where he's from, to be honest. Is he like canon or Legends? He's one of those he's like a species from the cloning facility, I think. But you can't see his head, man. He said Revan by Drew Karpshin. Gotcha. Kimonian. Yeah. And he is canon. Okay. But yeah, no, dude, guys, it is so cool running through this and just like this is you have a lot more heroes to choose from this this mod, and it is just so cool. And some of them get brand new abilities that weren't even in the game before. Oh man. But yeah. Oh dude, saying sounds good, man. Yeah, I'm about to kind of close down for the night. So guys, I do plan on going live once again tomorrow night, right around 9:30, or not 9:30, 7:30 p.m. Central Time tomorrow night. We'll probably go a little bit later since we'll be heading into the weekend. But yeah, guys, dude, I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. We are currently live on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, and TikTok. All you guys have to do is look up iAchieve or iAchieve Studios, and you'll find me. But yeah, once again, guys, I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in, man. It was an absolute blast. I got to show off some Battlefront 2 Kyber. It's like my favorite thing to go to when it comes to the Battlefront games. But yeah, I'm gonna hop out for the night, and I'll catch everyone tomorrow night. We're gonna be live again, and we'll be going right back through everything and progressing more in KOTOR. So, I'll catch you guys later. I'll see you, Prince and Sand.